Oh.
Hi guys, it is Hot Mess Moment coming to you live from Greenville, North Carolina on this very windy Friday night. It is Friday the 2nd of March. It's 5 o'clock Eastern Time, and we've got Blair joining us once again for a repeat performance. She was so fabulous the last time and so well received that we've invited her back.
Everybody they can't get enough of me.
They can't get enough of her. And she brought her daughter Gentry, and I've got my daughter Zana with me, and we have a babysitter.
Girls' night, for sure.
Where are the boys?
I don't know.
We don't know.
They're not here. They're not.
Daddy's not here right now, and he's got the son with him, and so all is well with the world.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So tonight, we don't say
Hi, guys.
That's Gentry. Who's watching? That's you, Blair.
I think that's me.
Okay.
Yep.
So we are going to be tasting tonight. As you know, tonight's theme is all that in a bag of chips, because we're all that
We're
and
pretty much
in
all
a bag of chips. So we are going to be pairing some potato chips with some different kinds of wines. So I consulted the Bible. I've consulted the Bible. So I have a friend at a wine shop who I regularly call and say, I'm having this for dinner, or hey, I'm doing a wine pairing. What do I pair with this food or whatever? And when she gets stumped, she pulls out this book, and it's called What to Drink with What You Eat. And literally, it's like a dictionary. You say, hey, I'm eating corn fritters tonight, and you flip to the page that says corn fritters, and it will tell you your options as to what you should be drinking with that. And it may not necessarily be wine, it's predominantly wine, but it may say, hey, or you want to have this stout beer with it, or you will want to have a 7-Up with it. So I consulted this, I looked on the internet, and I found an infographic which I sent earlier, and it kind of said, these are the types of wines that you will pair best with different flavored potato chips. And so we have a bunch that we're going to try tonight, see what we think about the pairings. And this book pretty much agreed with some of those pairings, so I think that, we should be spot on. But this is a really awesome book. And it did say with these chips that, believe it or not, if you want to obviously do your own beer, because beer and chips, right?
Yeah.
But they also said apparently Coca-Cola is also ranking high up there with what you would want to pair with chips.
Oh, yeah, the salty and the sweet.
Yeah, right? So, and I think that's kind of like the concept that they have here. Because if you notice, they have a red, which is really kind of rich and robust, that they have pairing with the salt and vinegar and the barbecue, which is, kind of like really savory. Mm-hmm. And then over here, they wanted us to pair champagne or sparkling wine with just the regular potato chips or the, cheese potato chips. So, and those are just a little less savory. These are really kind of strong on the flavor palette. I know. She's going to look up right now to see what we need to pair with Cheetos, because this mom is awesome. Not only did she come here with her daughter, who was kind of playing with my daughter, she brought a cheese pizza, because we're Catholic and it's Friday and it's Lent. She brought a cheese pizza, and she brought Cheetos. And she brought an extra bottle of champagne just in case.
We don't. We like to prepare.
We're preparing. So,
what did you look up? Chips?
Look up Cheetos. If you can't, or then look up chips.
I don't see chips.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, potato chips is what I looked up.
Potato chips.
The cheese nuts, look at that. The
Okay.
chestnuts. You might have to, it's not always spot on accurate with brand names.
Cheese puffs or cheese straws. Acidic wines. Beer, burgundy, red wine. Champagne.
Hey, notice?
Especially brut.
Champagne goes with everything.
See? I planned it.
Champagne goes with everything.
Beautiful.
So,
thank you.
Oh.
I love it.
So these are a gift from my friend Kay. I've been saving them for a special occasion. They're beverage
good. I
napkins.
need one because my drink.
Oh, see, I cleaned my table again for her, and she's still
I
sitting.
just come over and
No, she came in. She goes, "Why does your house smell so good?" Because I've had the diffuser going, and I wiped down every countertop with some smelly
always
stuff.
so clean.
It's not clean. She's deceived. But so have a napkin. So she doesn't. What she also doesn't remember is that she is sitting. She probably doesn't even realize she's doing it. We have these plastic chair covers that go over our chairs for our kids.
I see them. Yep.
She's sitting on them, doesn't even know. Okay, so we got these beverage naps from my friend Kay, and you probably can't read them because I think they come over backwards when I am on a Facebook Live. But they say, what you eat standing up doesn't count.
I love it.
So basically, there's no calories in anything that you eat standing up. And my second, addendum to this is that not only what you eat standing up doesn't count, But anything that's liquid doesn't count either. That
No.
includes milkshakes. And anything that you eat or drink with a friend has negative calories. So, like, we're burning calories, baby.
Because you're talking and laughing and
We're
such.
burning calories, baby. That's the
And,
stuff.
I mean, we're staying hydrated. Let's get real.
So many Americans don't hydrate properly.
I know.
I know. It makes me sad. I think that we need to
We
start.
don't get enough sleep, so at least we can stay hydrated.
I know, right? We need to really. That's important.
Yeah.
So, especially after the week that I feel like we've had.
Hi, guys.
That's Ginger and all of her fabulousness. So yeah, I don't know about you, Blair, but I've had a interesting week.
Yeah.
What about you? Tell me what's going on in your week.
Go to my channel and subscribe.
Yeah. So let's just say
She needs to be our MC.
she is on MC. Let's just say this week was an interesting week.
I'm trying to think.
And
And I
so
love you
today,
all, guys. Thumbs up.
so today's episode, usually we have a theme about what we talk about every Friday night. Who's that? Who's that? Adrian Smith Church. So
Miss
sometimes,
Adrian said, "That's my human."
so we usually have a theme when we have these wine tastings and
She's
stuff that we talk
laughing.
about with our other moms because it's our
Hi,
happy hour.
Adrian.
It's our happy hour. So usually, one time we talked about marriage, one time we talked about momming, one time we talked about, I don't know, fundraisers. I don't know. We talked about lots of stuff. But I think tonight is going to be like Seinfeld. Like, we're just going to talk about nothing. Unless somebody has a special topic they want to talk about. Oh, we did have my babysitter on that one time when we talked about social
yeah.
media. Remember that? That social media?
And now I always send a thumbs up. I never
Yeah, the
send this
emojis,
anymore
right? I
because
know.
apparently that's
And I
a
love you all no matter what.
Gentry.
Yeah.
I love you. Can you stay in there and play?
You can have a TV too, Katie. Turn that puppy on. That hopefully
They
will.
go
I'm
upstairs,
gonna
yeah?
play.
What?
Go upstairs.
Yeah, and you know what, Katie?
Yeah,
after
let's
they
go
have a bite to
upstairs.
eat, or even now, if you want to take them upstairs to the TV room, that
Yeah.
would be so awesome.
Gentry, do you want pizza?
So, yeah. So we're gonna be Seinfeld and talk about nothing unless someone comes up with the topic.
I just got champagne in my eye. I'm not kidding you. In all the years I've drank,
Her champagne ejaculated into her
it literally just. I can't believe this.
She's teared up. She's getting all misty.
Oh my gosh.
I also want to point out, if you guys haven't noticed this from our previous Facebook Lives together, she's a big champs drinker. So
Oh god.
none of those mamsy-pamsy little champagne glasses for us. We've got they're almost like beer pilsners, but they're not. They're tall and long, and they can
we're like-
showcase the bubbles,
We're like
which sparkling wines should do.
champagne drinkers.
Yes, so
I have to look
we're
at
supposed to be pairing the champagne with, where'd it go? Okay, regular chips. So I'm going to open up a bev nap, otherwise known as a beverage napkin. So I really do kind of believe in this.
Bev
What you
nap.
eat standing up doesn't count, because I don't know about you, Blair, but I feel like I spend every meal standing up at a counter.
So we just got an island in our kitchen, which is kind of cool because my kitchen,
I don't remember you having that. When did that happen? Was that after?
like last weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was it like a portable one, or is it like a?
Well, no. I mean, I guess it could be, but it's like a piece of furniture I bought at a furniture store in Texas. It's really pretty. So since we've had that, I stand there and talk to Gentry, and she's sitting up there and eating and munching and whatever.
Plain potato chips, champagne.
But it reminds me so much of my mother because my mother used to stay at the island and she'd chit chat and eat whatever. So yeah, I think moms just stand up and eat.
I mean, but it's to the point where I intentionally stand up and eat.
Oh, it's like a thing?
Well-
That's what you do?
No, well, here's the thing. I have 2 children who refuse to sit down and eat at the table. And even if I do get them to sit down, within 30 seconds it turns into them chasing each other around the table, or it turns into them crawling under the table and sitting under the table and eating under the table.
Oh, God.
Or hitting each other, and it's just a friggin'
My
Cluster
mama's
mess.
watching. Hey,
Hey,
mama.
Mama. Awesome on the cake, by the way, right?
No, that's my mother-in-law.
Okay, never mind. Mother-in-law, awesome on the cake. But awesome on the grandma, mama. So, yeah, they're crazy about, they will not sit still. I mean, even if I gave them toys or tablets, or if I read them books, they just will not sit still and they will not eat. And so what happens is if I sit down, They climb into my lap. They get up all in my
Oh, God, that drives me
face.
insane.
You know, they're running around making me nuts. So what I end up doing is I end up like having them sit at this table or whatever, even with my husband. If my husband's sitting down here with him, he won't even eat. He won't eat with them. He'll sit here with them, but he knows not to eat with them because it's just a harried mess. So I'm usually standing up in the kitchen eating my dinner or breakfast or whatever at the counter because I just don't want kids climbing all over me. And of course, whatever I have on my plate, they want. It's the same thing that's on their plate, but they want it because it's on my plate. I'm not down with that. So I'm like, it gets me very frustrated. So I end up more times than not standing up eating my meal, not at wherever they're eating or, you know, whatever we call that.
Yeah.
And my husband gets so mad. He's like, Mommy's standing up and eating again. Mommy's eating up, standing, you know, she's in the kitchen. She's not going to join us. I'm like, I'm sorry. I have these kids crawling all over me all day.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to eat a meal. And
it does drive me nuts when, like, we go to a restaurant, we'll get a booth. And, I mean, I love it. Jen always wants to sit beside me. So David will sit across from us. But then it's like, if the booth is from here to the end of the table, it's like she and I are here. And I'm like, slide down. Give me some room. She always has to be touching me.
my sister-in-law would say, leave room for the Holy Spirit.
Oh, my God. It drives me insane.
My sister-in-law, very, very Catholic. And so she believes, as most Catholics do. And is that Kara? Hey, Kara, get some chips. I know you can't drink because you're still breastfeeding, right? You're still breastfeeding? Get some, apparently Coca-Cola
I'm sorry.
goes really good with, that's not everything pairs well with chips in my opinion. Kind of like the Girl Scout cookies, right?
Yeah.
But apparently they recommend very highly, I think it was a stout beer, champagne, or Coca-Cola with plain potato chips. Who knew, right? So what was I saying about that before? Where was I? Someone want to jog my memory what I was talking about because I'm sure it was
Standing up eating.
Standing up and
Holy
eating.
Spirit.
Holy Spirit. Okay, so my sister-in-law is really super Catholic, like more so than anybody I know. And she would, always preach and tout no premarital sex because that's one of the things that we're supposed to, be practicing as Catholics. And she truly was a virgin when she married my brother. But so she's got 4 kids. And it's so funny because she will tell them, she's like, that's okay. You can go out with your girlfriend, or that's okay. You can come back in at, 2 a.m. or whatever. Yeah, that's okay. She can sleep here. But God is watching. Make sure to leave room for the Holy Spirit. Or they would go to a dance. Make sure to leave room for the Holy Spirit.
At the middle school dances at St. Peter's, when I was in school, I'm sure it's the same way. You have to dance Bible length apart.
What?
Bible length apart.
Bible length? What if your Bible's like a tiny little Bible?
Well, good question. But they had a Bible, and if you were... They thought too close, literally. Miss King, who's now, I think, in middle school the Spanish teacher, she was the religion teacher at the time, she'd bring a Bible over. Bible length apart.
So, we never had any of those rules. I think when we were in middle school, we were just terrified. And all we did was hold like this and step.
Yeah, exactly.
Step. And the boys were terrified, and there was never any fast dancing. Well, there might have been when we got into 8th grade or so, but... Yeah, I don't know. That's terrifying. That age to be going to a dance is terrifying. Who's that?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Robin. Hi, Robin. So good to see you. How is everything? How's your son? Is your son, right? Is your son doing okay? Hope so. We've been thinking about you guys. Yeah. So this week, as I was we're jumping around because, we're Seinfeld tonight. We're talking about nothing. This week was Spirit Week. At school. Mm-hmm. So not only do I have to look forward to school dances and more fundraisers and sex ed and all sorts of sports and stuff like that, more homework than they already do have. Spirit Week. Not for nothing, but Spirit Week is a lot of work for a parent. It's a lot of work for a parent. I think it's great because it's something great that the kids really like. I think when they're older, they're more responsible for their own Spirit Week stuff. But when you get a kindergartner and one day they've got to wear this kind of shirt, and the next day they got to wear this kind of shirt, and then the next day they've got to have a costume from a character, and then the next day they've got to have a special kind of hat. And there's all sorts of regulations because we're a Catholic school as to what's appropriate and what's not, right? So it's you're wondering to yourself, oh gosh, I hope that's appropriate. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for sending my kid in that.
I really wondered if I was going to get a call about Jen.
I thought I was going to get a call about Enzo because and one day was character day, right? And they weren't very clear about what you were supposed to wear for character day. And so we're like, does that mean that you wear a t-shirt with the character on it? Does that mean you full on dress up like the character? What does that mean? Does it have to be a character? Because the way that they sent the notice was that it almost sounded like you had to be a character from a book.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, can it be a character from a movie or something? Because, you know what? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have a book. Uh-huh. They also have a movie. So, like, what do you do? So, I ended up, like, Pinteresting like every hot mess of a mother does. And I, like, went to a thrift shop and ended up slapping some overalls on my kid with a hat that had, you know, a Luigi L on it. So he could be like a Mario Brothers Luigi, right? And he loved it because he loves Mario Brothers. And I drew on his face with, like, eyeliner a mustache. And I thought to myself, I wonder if they're going to make him wipe that off because it's makeup. Mm-hmm. Or if they would be considered if that was part of the costume, right? But then they also said, we don't want any inappropriate or violent costumes.
I'm cool with that.
And I'm cool with that, too. But I was kind of like, it seems like a lot of regulations for, you know, like...
No, it pissed me off for one. I had no clue it was going to be Spirit Week. I had no clue.
They sent emails.
No, they sent one email the end of last week.
At the beginning of the week. Oh, and then FYI.
The end of last week, right?
Yeah, it was like FYI next week's Spirit Week.
Yeah,
and
that's
FYI
what I mean.
next week's a half a day on Friday. And FYI, following Monday, we're starting 2 hours late. Why are we starting 2 hours late? It had something to do with all the snow days we had.
Yeah, so we're making because we were supposed to be off on Monday. But now we're going to school.
Well, I've never gone to... Why go to school 2 hours late
when
you can just
I wonder.
Close down 2 hours early?
Because I think, and well, I know they have a basketball tournament this weekend.
Cheeto.
They're jalapeno flavored. They're really yummy.
Cheeto with champagne.
And then we had school off Monday. I think that's because people are getting home late Sunday night, whatever.
Right, because there's supposed to be some sort of tournament going on.
Basketball tournament.
Is it a basketball tournament?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was some sort of...
It's basketball.
I didn't know that was basketball.
So...
We're moving on to Pringles. Now, let me just hold on.
Mm-hmm.
These are cheddar, and they're also supposed to go really good with champagne or sparkling wine. Let me just tell you, they're Pringles. And so I'm wondering, because Pringles taste very different than a regular chip. Mm-hmm. And Ruffles taste different than a regular chip. And like those Cape Cod chips taste very different than, like, I'm thinking like those Utz, like 25-cent bags of chips, you know what I'm talking about? By Utz or whatever. That are like no frills, tons of grease, paper thin. Those taste very different than a Lay's Ruffle or a Pringle. I feel like Pringles have less oil in them, so I wonder if, although it does say cheese potato chips, if it's going to taste different because it's not a true on chip. Whoa, did you hear it? It popped. You know how they have those commercials that go, once you pop, you can't stop. You can't stop. Mm-mm. So what are you eating over there? Okay, Robin, Kara. Oh, hi. I want to do a tasting with us. I know, Kara. Are you breastfeeding still? I think if you are, you're an amazing woman, and I am so proud of you. You know, you can pump and dump.
Oh yeah.
I was so paranoid. I think I pumped and dumped once, but the thing was, I had such a hard time making breast milk that I was like, it's liquid frickin' gold, and I'm not wasting a drop. Not a frickin' drop. And I remember my husband, like, dumped one. I'm like, what the F is wrong with you?
Oh,
you have no idea how much it took for me to make that. You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I had a very low...
I guess if
milk
you just
production.
like overproduce, it's no big deal.
I know, and there's some women that seriously overproduce.
Yeah.
And they like, you know, they bank it, they throw them in their fridges because they freeze well, you know, whatever, and they last for a long time. And then there's those that donate. Did we have this discussion about donating breast milk at one point? Did I have this with you? Okay.
No.
So donating breast milk. I know this because when I adopted Zana, my husband and I were really kind of pro having her have breast milk, even if it was just for the first 2 weeks of her life, because they say the colostrum and the breast milk really helps build their immune system. Yeah. And so it was too late for me to try to lactate myself because we didn't know that we were going to be, you know, we weren't matched with the birth mother until it was too late for me to start that protocol. But so we thought we'll just go to a milk bank, right? We'll get some milk from milk, you know, because moms donate milk, right? Little did we,
Yeah, I got you.
she's got me. Little did we know that breast milk is not free. So these mothers who have these very altruistic, loving, giving, charitable hearts that think that they're giving their breast milk to these banks, that these mothers who need it are getting it for free. It's not. It's like $8 an ounce.
Holy crap.
And when you're feeding your baby anywhere from 10 to 20 ounces a day when they're first born,
Oh my God.
it's in the hundreds. And so we ended up going through a milk bank, and it's awesome because they screen all the reason is because
You had to pay?
yeah. So you've got to they not only they screen the mothers that are giving the breast milk to make sure that they are not smokers or that they're not drinkers or that that they're disease free, and that they screen the milk to make sure that there's no alcohol in it. They make sure that they're like infection free and all of that. They go through a pretty rigorous screening process, and then they have to store the milk, and then they have to freeze the milk, and then they have to ship the milk to you. So I get it that there's got to be a cost to that, but it's very misleading that they tell women that they're doing this great thing, and those women don't necessarily know that they're actually, the milk that they're donating is not really free.
Wow.
And so a lot of women go to these Facebook web pages and kind of say, hey, I need breast milk, and mothers literally not negotiate, but they give mother to mother and eliminate that middleman. But the problem with that is that you're trusting some mother that you don't know, and you don't know what her habits are, and so it's kind of like a crapshoot. So my husband and I are like, okay, we'll pay for 2 weeks worth.
How much does that cost?
I don't even know. Like I said, it's $8 an ounce. It's $8 an ounce, right? Plus shipping. So it's hard because
Well, I guess the first 2 weeks is good because they're not drinking a
they're not. They're drinking but the problem is they don't drink a lot in those first weeks, but they drink often.
Yeah, so you're wasting a lot.
Yeah, and so once you thaw it, it's not good to, you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not.
You don't just stick it back in the fridge.
No, you can't. Yeah. That's why she's here, because she's helping me speak. So Kara, God bless you if you're breastfeeding. I love you, and I think that's awesome. Hey, Harmony, what you doing? Harmony Dean, her and I were pom-poms in high school.
Y'all were what?
Go Canes, right? We were
cheerleaders?
No, pom-poms. We were pommies. There is a difference. Isn't there, Harmony? There's a big difference.
What is? I need to know. I'm being schooled.
Yes. So, this is how it was at our school anyway. So we had cheerleaders. Mm-hmm. So we had a cheer squad who would cheer sideline for the team, right? And then there were the pommies, and that was a team of, there were 16 of us, and there were only sophomores through seniors, and you had to audition, you had to try out, and you had to be accepted, and it was very hard to get on, and it was very much a status symbol, and those were the most popular girls in school, weren't they? Yeah, weren't they, Harmony? We were so popular. We were so fabulous with our pom-poms.
That's hilarious.
Yes, and our school mascot was called the Hurricane, and so we had Go Big Red. We all had to know, I was a cheerleader first, and then I was a pom-pom, or a pommy. We didn't even call them pom-poms, we called them pommies. I know, and that's what our girls are going to be doing. Is Gentry doing anything like that? Is Gentry doing dance or gymnastics or anything like that?
Yeah, she's in dance.
Where's she taking dance?
In Farmville.
Farmville. Not Farmville. We're from the South now, so we don't use Ville anymore. It's Vole. Farmville. And I'm not from Greenville. I'm from Greenville.
Well, depending on how old you are.
I'm so young.
Or, no, because either the really, really old people that live in our town call, what I say, Farmville? Farmville. Okay? So, but Gentry has that drawl. So Farmville. But she was at my friend's family's house recently, and she was talking about this Barbie doll that she brought with her. Oh.
That's a new way
bubbled.
It bubbled. Go ahead.
I don't know about that. She was like, this is Bobby from Farmville. And we were just cracking up. Her accent is Bobby from Farmville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what would we say? We're from Illinois, from Woodstock. Yeah, on Friday nights because we're close enough to the border of Wisconsin, we would say, hey, we'll have a couple 2-3 beers on a Friday night. Maybe we'll ice fishing.
Oh,
we'll go bowling. We'll get some water from the bubbler. It'll be all okay. Hey.
What accent is that?
Oh my gosh, that's like Wisconsin, Canada.
Yeah.
But where we lived in Illinois, it was close enough to the Wisconsin border that we would have a couple of those. And We would raise the American flag.
Oh,
And we
God.
would carry a bag.
That sounds like
Don't forget to put on your coat, yo. Coat, you gotta put on your coat.
Does your family talk like that?
Not so bad. Not so bad. But like every once in a while I'll hear something come out of my mouth. Or Chicago. Not Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago.
We all have an accent.
Hi guys.
I could flip and flop my accent between like
I have
European accents to northern Yankee accents to southern accents.
I love your imitation of Southern accent.
Southern.
Cracks me up.
Hey, what's going on, Suge? Hey, Peaches. Hey, sweetness.
But I would never call
Hey.
somebody peaches.
No, you say, hey, Suge.
Hi
You say
guys.
Suge.
I don't really say shug.
Hi.
Hey, all the Southerners say hey, and they have a 2-finger wave. When I first moved here, I was like, I moved here and I was like, I don't know anybody here because we don't know anybody. And I would be like walking down the street, like on a walk through my neighborhood, and people would be driving their cars and they would 2-finger wave at you. Hey, hey, and I'm like, who is that? And why are they waving at me? Like, do they know me? Do I know them? Am I supposed to know them? No, all Southerners. You could be like an accent murderer. They'd be like, hey, with a
My
2-finger
dad
wave on the
does
wheel.
that.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, yep.
My dad does that.
And they didn't honk. I remember when I first got here, it was like honking was not allowed. It's just
I'm
not
a
hospitable.
honker, but I'm a very
So
aggressive
not
driver.
honkers. And like I remember being at like the Kroger grocery store when we still had a Kroger,
But yeah. Mhm.
and I remember being like, "Speed it up, lady," because like she would be talking, the checker would be talking to like the person being like, "So how's Jeb? How are the kids? Really? You know what? I'm so sorry about your what is it? What do they call grandmas here?
Grandma?
No, what do they call grandmas?
Grandma?
Gammies or what else do they call them?
Granny?
No, they call them. They all have also. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry about Granny. I'll pray on it. I'll pray on it. They pray on everything. It's awesome. It's so sweet. But and I remember being like in the checkout line going, "Would you freaking bring the bananas and move it along, lady?" You know, not
We'll
knowing.
pray for everyone in your family.
I know.
Get out of here.
Seriously, I'll say a rosary. Move it on.
Nana.
Well, not even Nana. What is it? Gigi's. Call me Gigi's.
Ginger is a Gigi.
Yeah. So it's sweet. It's sweet and endearing how the Southerners act, but like they can be very, very sweet and old school and hospitable, and it's adorable. But at some points, like I'm a screaming Yankee, and they know it. And like I'm a beacon. Like it screams Northerner, and it's not even Northerner. It's like damn Yankee.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm trying to work on that. But let me just interject. The cheese Pringles.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's Pringle or if it's because
How's
it's cheese,
pizza?
but it's
Good.
it's yum. And I mean, even when I dipped it, yum. So who's tasting with me? Oh, Nana, I know. Carol. Oh, Heather's on. Heather, what's going on? I'm bummed, Heather, that you couldn't come join us. But you know what? Next time, if it's more comfortable for you,
Hi guys.
you totally sit behind the camera. We would just love to have your company here, and you won't have to be on camera. You can just sit and talk with us because we would love that. But Carol, you're damn Yankee because you moved here. I know, right? And I remember when I moved here. Look, I did a hair flip. I remember I'm wearing my hair down for you. I showered. She was like outside waiting for me, and I'm like ringing the doorbell, going, I don't even know if she's here. I was in the shower. I know. I'm a dang Yankee, but I'm trying. I'm trying to assimilate. Let me tell you. Me too. I know. I can't believe that it was, hey Heather, I cannot believe it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm like, I'm having a wine tasting in like 45 minutes. I need to shower, brush my teeth, eat something, and get ready for this, like set up my spread, right? So I opened it's
Heather's
Friday.
coming next time.
Okay, good. It's a Friday and it's Lent, and so we're limited as to what we can eat. So I literally opened a can of tuna. I ate tuna out of a can as I jumped into the shower, then ran to the door almost in a towel, and then brushed my teeth while Blair watched the kids and helped me get ready for this.
I kind of was worried she got murdered or something.
I didn't get murdered. Although in Greenville, given the recent turn of events, I Greenville, like when I first moved here, I'm like, it's not Chicago. Like I live in downtown Chicago. That's where the crime is, right? I never set an alarm on my house when I lived in Chicago. Not even when I lived downtown. I set an alarm every night when I live here. Last weekend, there was a shooting in a movie theater in Greenville. Why? Because people were in a dispute over assigned seating.
Yeah.
Greenville.
Welcome to
As
Greenville.
Katie would say, welcome to
Yeah.
Greenville. Someone shot a firearm off in the movie theater because they were pissed off at someone else because there was a dispute over assigned seating.
It's a little ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous. So that's why I'm dipping a potato chip. The cheese, I think so far the cheese, Pringle, and the champagne has been my favorite so far. What about you?
This is Susan's milk and cookies.
Mama's milk.
Oreos and milk. Yeah. So, you were talking about your week. So I have this hilarious story.
I've got a million. Please join. We all need to share funny stories.
So, and I hadn't even told you this because I wanted to wait till.
Oh, wait, but you have to tell me the story about which one are you telling me? Tell me. Okay. She's got a good one.
So, no, this one's better. So, before we came over here, Jet and I went to Food Lion and I bought ball of champs and picked up the pizza.
Food Lion.
Anyway, so
That's like a Dominick's or a Jewel or a Kroger. Where you're from?
no, Kroger's like high class.
Yeah,
Food
Kroger.
Lion,
Yeah,
honestly.
Food Lion. We call it the Food Dog. It's Food Dog.
So I walk into Food Lion on 10th Street, which is a little college townish. I mean, it's
Which is a few blocks this way.
well, just because you're close to the university. But
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, I haven't been to the 10th Street Food Lion in years. So I walk
It's by
in,
the Dollar Tree,
the Dollar General,
Dollar General.
and the Lamb's Garden Chinese. Okay.
Remember how Southerners give directions? It's right next to the Dairy Queen. No, not that Dairy Queen. It's the Dairy Queen over by the Target. Not that Dairy Queen.
That's true. So I walk in on the left side because that's where the beer and stuff is.
No, the
I
left
walk
side
in.
is all the liquor. No, we don't sell liquor in the South. That's one thing I miss. There's two things. I will never go back to the North because I sold my snowblower and that was it. I'm not going back up to that kind of weather. But I will tell you, I wouldn't consider going back up north because at least up north, they sell liquor in your grocery store
Are you
24
serious?
hours a day.
Are you serious?
Every day of the week. Here in North Carolina, you can only buy beer and wine in a grocery store. And
Yeah.
on Sundays, you can't buy it at all.
No, you have to wait till 12.
Oh, I thought that you couldn't buy it at all.
You
on
can't
Sundays.
buy liquor at all on Sundays. But David had to literally wait till it was noon the other day to check out the grocery
You
store.
should have seen us on our first Super Bowl. We're like, what do you mean we can't buy?
You can't buy liquor on Sundays, no.
But you can't. But we're like, what? Right? We're saying, hey, go. You do. I know. Hell yeah, we do. So you can't buy liquor on Sundays, but you can buy beer and wine, but only after 12 noon in the South. So if you want to get liquor, you got to do it Monday through Saturday, and you got to do it at an ABC store. That's like it's a state-run liquor store, but you can't buy beer and wine there. The only place you can buy beer and wine is at a grocery store or
a gas station.
Right, and you can buy that any day of the week,
Anytime.
except for Sunday before.
Not
noon.
after 2. Is it not after? Is that right? Not after 2?
How does she not know this? How does she not know this?
Because I'm sorry, I have not been shopping for beer and wine after 2 a.m. in many years now. I'm asking the college students.
She knows.
You have to
After
go.
a certain,
I think it's
like in
after
between,
2. You can't. But then when do they start selling it again?
like 6.
It's confusing, but you know what? We're old
Because
now,
game
so
days.
like our
Or 8
our
or 9
evenings are
or-
not like the 2 a.m.
I just
race
remember my
where-
husband booking it to Stop Shop back in the day.
Stop shop.
When we would get out of the bars.
Over by like the
I gotta
suck
go
dogs,
get
like
beer
hot
before
dogs.
he would run to Stop Shop and get a case of beer so he could go home and keep drinking. Anyway, here's my whole to
While
sum
she
up the
talks,
week.
I'm screw topping the Shiraz that is supposed to go with our vinegar and salt and smokehouse barbecue. Continue. And it's fancy, right? Okay.
I walked into the Food Lion,
She walks into the food dog.
and it's not there's an end cap
Can we do a beer tasting?
of wine.
Totally. We could totally do a beer tasting. And this could have been a beer tasting because the research that I did came up with results for pairings for beer, wine, and sodas that went with potato chips. So we could have gotten all of the different drinking groups in on this one. So for sure we could totally do a beer drinking. Yay, let's do one. Okay, continue. I'm gonna go try to open this hole.
So walking into the Food Lion. That's all it took.
I walked away and it would pop right open. Screw top.
And there's an end
stop.
cap of wine. And that's
At the
it.
food dog? That's what?
Hold on, just wait, okay? There's an end cap near the beer. I see all the beer.
Well, you were at the wrong side because the wine's on the other
Would
side.
you just wait a moment?
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna get out the duct tape. I see the end cap of wine, and I'm sitting there going, "Where's the wine?" And at the same time, you're texting me, "Can you get the pizza?" So I'm like, look at her. I'm like, "Where the hell? This doesn't make sense." And so we had just been at the Family Dollar down the street, and I asked them, "Do y'all have wine?" Because usually they have wine, or the one in Farmville does. But anyway, they said, "No, we don't serve any alcohol. We don't sell any alcohol." And I'm like, "Excuse me." Anyway, so Gentry says out loud, "Well, no one sells wine." Like my little child, okay?
Her 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Who's turning 6, by the way.
Yeah. So, this woman, I mean, like a good 20 seconds later, walks by, and I'm starting to walk through the store, and I'm looking at aisles, and I hear this woman as she pushes her little girl by me in the buggy. She
The
goes,
buggy. That's a southern thing. They don't say shopping cart, they say buggy. It's precious. Continue.
I hear her behind me. She goes, "The other side, by the deli bakery." And it was like, kind of one of those, like, I had no idea she was talking to me, but I knew she was talking to me. And I turned around and I looked, and she went, "The wine?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes,
I'm a mom.
"It's down there by the deli, the bakery." And I was like, that's hilarious. And she goes, "We're both moms."
Yeah.
And it was like she totally could look at me going,
I'm one of your people.
"Where the hell's my wife? I need it. What? What? You don't have it? What?" Like,
This particular grocery store, because wine is not refrigerated, is over like kind of by the produce on non-refrigerated
Yeah.
aisles, but the beer is on literally the other side of the store in coolers.
yeah, I walked in the wrong side of the
So
store.
she walked into the wrong side, so she's like having this like, holy no, like
And now
what is
that I
happening?
think about it, like our food line in Farmville, the wine is over by the deli bakery. But when I lived in Greenville, when I would shop there,
Yeah.
the wine used to be over there,
It's
like it is in here at the Harris Teeters.
That's a cruel joke to play on a mom.
I'm telling, and it threw me off because there was that one end cap, and so I'm like,
This can't be it.
this is not. No, there's nothing here. I mean, but it was so funny though. She was like, "It's down there," and she totally knew. She was like, "Just we're both
Oh,
moms."
let me tell you my story about today. I need to have another sip about this guy. Oh. Okay, so my kids go to 2 different schools because they're 2 different ages. So my daughter goes to like a mother's morning out school from like 9 to noon every day. And then my son goes to a full day school with her daughter. And it's Catholic school, and they go to school, full day. But today, because it's Spirit Week, they had a half day. And so I had to, get him early at noon and then go get my daughter.
I need a half a day.
I was like, okay, so I got to kill some time with these kids. Let's take them to McDonald's today, because this particular McDonald's has a little kind of play place for them to kind of hang out, and they, I can shove some food in their face, and hey, you know what? They have filet of fish sandwiches, so we can still like.
Do you eat McDonald's?
Do I eat McDonald's? No, I drink their soda. My kids eat McDonald's.
Just they eat McDonald's.
What?
They eat McDonald's for real.
Yes, I know. Like rarely. Like usually, what happens when I say they?
I'm not judging.
When they seriously eat McDonald's, I'm that mom who brings the lunch. I bring a packed lunch into McDonald's. They play in the play place, and I buy them an ice cream just because I need to buy them something so that we can play.
That's a good idea, actually.
So, I know, I'm so cheap. So yeah, so I bring my packed lunch. We eat our packed lunch. If they behave when they're playing, then they can get an ice cream. And did you know?
I'm not judging. I can't put McDonald's.
Did you know that this changed my world? That you can buy a McDonald's. What is that? April Moore. Hey, April Moore. April Moore, if you don't know, she needs to become your best friend. You know why? Because she's my savior. She owns and manages Playdate here in Greenville.
Oh yeah.
Playdate is drop-in daycare, and so or childcare.
I've never used Playdate.
Oh my gosh, I use Playdate all the time. I don't have any family here. I'm like, I need to go to the gynecologist, and my son does not need to see my hoo-ha again, right? So yeah, so you can drop them in, and they can stay up to, is it 3 hours, April, or 4 hours? It's amazing, and their staff is really great, and they can be there, is it 6? No, they have to be a year old or older, and it's great. And even at night, they'll feed your kids pizza. And they have movie night, and they've got great fun games, and their staff is really wonderful. And my daughter, for whatever reason, you are so funny. No, I am so serious. And I will tell you, I can hand my kid a handful of goldfish, and they will reject it. But if those goldfish come from Playdate, your facility, she can't get enough of them. Neither one of them. There's something about the Playdate goldfish. They could eat them morning, noon, and night.
April,
what are you putting in the goldfish?
Yep. What spill the secret?
I know. And so they have these sales every once in a while at Playdate where they'll be like, oh, we got these discounts on the hours, and you can prepay for hours. And I'm like, okay, I want to buy the biggest package that you have.
Are the girls vetted, background check?
No, April's really good. She does. Really
I'm sure. I don't mean any offense, April, at all.
No. April's got it going on.
She said special sauce. I'd like to buy a gallon of that special sauce.
I would like to buy a gallon of that special sauce.
No,
Can you start selling those?
You have no family. We have too much family here.
Oh.
So we rarely pay for a sitter.
Oh my gosh, I pay for
But
sitters
when
all
we
the time.
do, it's somebody uber close to our family that we know, we love, and whatever.
I'm like, hey, you free? You a criminal? Watch my kid. Seriously? We talked about this on a previous broadcast.
Now I'm a little more lenient. David's if I told him today, oh yeah, I dropped Jen off at Playdate, he'd be like, you did what?
My husband would be like, what's Playdate? He's like, whatever. What's Playdate?
No, David would. He would totally.
But the problem with Playdate is that you can't. That's not a problem with Playdate. It's a very sound
nothing
rule
against
that
Playdate.
You don't drop your
not.
child off. You cannot drop a child off that is less than a year old.
I've never heard anything good but stuff about Playdate.
I know, we've never heard anything
literally, I've never heard anything bad about it. In fact, my old roommate worked for Playdate, but I didn't know, I just knew her as a roommate, but I didn't know, as a mom, if they were, looked into, and, they're not just, employees.
No, and you know what I think is great about it? Because they have care all day. So, it's hard in a town like this, which is a college town, for you to find sitters that can watch your kids during the day. If you have to go do a dentist appointment, or you want to go to the gym and your gym doesn't have childcare, or, you've got, like I said, go to the OBGYN or whatever. Or heck, you just want to go grocery shopping without someone tagging at your heels, screaming for a cookie at the Harris Teeter. Oh, that's another story. So it's great drop-in care that you would need when you couldn't find a sitter for anything else. So let me go into the Harris Teeter really quick.
Uh-oh.
Are you this mom? I'm this mom. Harris Teeter's one of our grocery stores here in town. And they have those little domes where you flip the dome open at certain times of day, and they'll be deli turkey rolled up, and then chunks of cheese, and then they'll have little orange wedges and pineapple wedges, and then they'll have bread, their artesian bread with some sort of spread that you can spread on it, and then they'll have cookies for the kids. We literally go there and have lunch at the Harris Teeter. We walk in there, I'm like, okay, I gotta buy at least a pack of gum here. I gotta buy a pack of gum at something, because we just literally fed my child.
Hilarious.
And there's something about feeding your kid in the cart, and they have those big carts with they're they have little steering wheels on, so the kids feel like they're playing behind the little steering wheel cart, and then they can I'm shoving pineapple chunks in their mouth and some cheese and ham rolls and bread. It's like a 4-course. It's like a
They get all the nutrients.
They get all the nutrients plus a cookie.
For dessert on the way out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? They got a great liquor department. They got not liquor department, wine.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, and it's good stuff, right? Am I the only mom that does lunch at the Harris Teeter with their kids?
You need to do Express Lane.
She does Express Lane. You know what that is? That's when you order online your groceries and then just drive it. It's kind of like Walmart's pickup.
It's amazing.
So she likes the amazing. That's where we go when we have nothing to do.
To the grocery store?
We go to the Walmart because the kids love to go looking at the toys.
Oh, I don't know. It's
We go to the clearance aisle and the kids just.
I can't. It's just annoying. I can't go shopping. Not in the grocery. I hate grocery shopping. Hate it. David loves grocery shopping.
Because he doesn't have kids with him.
He said 2 or 3 times today. Like, 'cause he didn't work all day today. He's like, so do you think you want to meet at the Harris Teeter? I'm like, no,
Hot date at the Harris Teeter,
Tell
baby.
me
Hot
what
date
you
at the
need,
Harris Teeter.
and
I'm going to put on my fancy
will
sports
order
bra
it.
for that.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to go grocery shopping. No.
Okay, speaking of hot dates, okay, I got a conundrum. Y'all, I need your help. Okay, April, Heather, if you're still there, Kara, anyone that's still there. My husband's birthday is on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't even want to tell you.
Like
how old he is.
tomorrow.
Like, it freaked me out. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to be 50 soon.
Is he going to be home?
50. Like, okay, 50 in like 4 or 5 years, but still. They're working, like I said, they're working right now. My husband and my son are at our beach house, and they're renovating or working on, they're rebuilding a bathroom. So they're doing that thing there, and then he's going to come back on Sunday for a few hours before he goes out again on Monday. But so I'm thinking, what do I get my husband for his birthday? And like, he's not, I don't know, guys are not big on that. Like, well, I don't know, David is. David's like the romantic in their relationship. I'm the one who's like always waiting and yearning for these great, loving, like romantic gifts, and he comes with like a card that he picked up from the gas station on the way home from work, and on a good day. But I'm always the one who comes up with these really thoughtful and emotional gifts, and he looks at me, he's like, yeah, all right, whatever. Or like, can I return it? Where's the receipt? Where's the receipt? Can I return it? Yeah, so like I'm struggling because I'm like, I don't want to ignore his birthday, but at the same time, I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into it because I know that he's probably going to blow it off and either not appreciate it or make me return it or whatever.
Has he always been like that?
No, I don't know. I guess maybe because money has always been an issue. We've always, we were poor college students when we met.
You're very frugal. I mean, it's a
super frugal, but like
it's a good trait.
He never wants to spend money on stuff that he can do himself, or or live frivolously. So then I toil over these things that I will like do for him. That is not like something that is a gift that costs money, but it's something that requires a lot of effort, and then the effort is not received with a whole lot of excitement. So I'm thinking.
So would have you done that in the past, or would he?
Oh yeah, and every year I say to myself, I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to do it again next year.
Because then you just get your feelings hurt.
What are you saying, Kara? Oh, Kara's given us a whole bunch of emojis that I bet you relate to sex. Are those relating to sex, Kara? Because I bet you that they are.
Well, he's not going to be.
She gave an eggplant. She did. She gave us an eggplant.
He's not going to be home on his birthday, right?
He is. He's going to be home for a couple of hours on his birthday before he goes out.
On Saturday?
So, no, Sunday is his birthday.
Sunday's his birthday.
So he's at the beach now, and he'll be there till Sunday noon or whatever, and then he'll come home, and then I was going to like make a dinner and something, and then he's going to fly out Monday morning. Oh. Yes, Kara. See? You know why we know about the eggplant? Because of my babysitter. She schooled us on
maybe
all
he'll
that.
be
Did you know this is bad too? This is sex too, by the way. Don't do this. Don't text this.
I thought that meant like, that's
okay, got it. Like, all right, gotcha. No. Beaches, cherries, eggplants. I know. Sarah's watching. We were just asking about you, Sarah. You know what we were asking about? We were saying, you know what? We would love to have Heather here. And so we were hoping to have Heather, but she couldn't make it tonight. I thought, we need to have Heather on one of these wine tastings. She would have great things to say. How are things? Heather's this like ultra gorgeous mom who has like this great real estate career. And
no, Sarah.
I'm sorry. Did I say Heather? I'm sorry. Sarah.
I mean, they both are gorgeous.
No, so she might very well be like showing a house right now.
But Sarah, I mean, Heather's not showing homes. I know that. It's just Sarah.
Okay, it's just Sarah. So I'm having we are moved on to the Reds. She's not a big Red fan. That's why I didn't pour a whole lot.
Yeah.
But we're drinking a Shiraz.
I'll switch with you.
We're drinking a Shiraz, which is a wine from Australia. If y'all didn't know the Shiraz, all these wines with these fancy names, they're indicative to a specific country. So Champagne, you can't call it a Champagne unless it's from the Champagne region of France.
If you're from Farnborough, you call it Champs.
Shiraz from Australia. You're talking about
Andre is
Meritage and Pinotage are from South Africa. You talk about I don't know. I can't think of any others. But so Shiraz, that's an Australian kind of thing. Malbecs are from usually Argentina or Chile.
How do you know all this, like,
I'm a professional drinker.
stuff?
I'm a professional drinker, truly and honestly.
I don't even know where Andre's from, and I see the bottle every day.
I used to be I'm an event manager, and I do events for corporations all over the world, and we would have these high-end events, and I would need to know my wine, and I was also a caterer, and I also went to culinary school.
California.
So I'm a professional drinker and party girl. So these are salt and vinegar Pringles with Shiraz from Australia. So this is what they told us to pair it with. So I'm gonna taste test. Does anyone have salt and vinegar potato chips in their arsenal? Let me tell you a story about what happened to me this day. So I had all these Pringles and everything lined up on my counter today, thinking, okay, I get ready for this thing. This was this morning with my daughter, like breakfast time. She's like, I want some, because she knows that shaped, the iconic tennis tube got chips in it, right? And so I'm like, honey, you're not going to like this. It's salt and vinegar. You're not going to like it. She's like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it to you. You're not going to like it. And I'm thinking to myself, great, because this will get us out the door. Because she's going to take one lick and she's going to drop it and we're going to go out the door. Nope.
She loved it.
She gobbled up the freaking salt and vinegar.
Kids wouldn't normally
Can't get the girl to eat like a cucumber.
But she wants salt and vinegar.
Pasta. But she will eat a salt and vinegar potato chip.
Isn't that hilarious? Especially because you were like, no.
You wanted another one.
Did she eat more after that?
No, because that's where I drew the line. Because when our kids are in this full day school at our Catholic school, you really can't be late. You can't be late. But when you're in this like Mother's Morning Out preschool thing with your littles, you can be late. I was an hour late today. So doors open at 8:55. I waltzed in at about 10 o'clock.
Oh my God.
And then around 11 o'clock, they lost power, so I had to go back and pick them up.
They call you?
Mm-mm. One of my best friends, Heather Pilgrim, is one of the teachers at the school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so her son and my daughter are in the same class. And she's a teacher across the hall. She's like, you need to get here because the power's out. And we have now send our children outside because we have no power. And if y'all are from y'all, see how I can pull that right out of my ass? Y'all are from Greenville. You know that it was windier than all F today.
Oh my God.
Windier than all F. Like garbage cans rolling down the street like tumbleweeds. Accidents all over town. Street lights out with no power.
It was really bad.
I know. And I was like, I wonder if I'm going to have power at home.
I wondered about our house because we have a basement.
What? You have a basement?
We have a full
Southerners
basement.
don't have basements. When I first moved here, I was like, I remember talking to my real estate agent.
I'll tell you why
This is exactly
don't.
what I want. I want a basement, and I
That's
want
up here.
a master on the up north. We all have basements. We don't really do. We have attics, but we just use them for storage, right? And we have master. All the bedrooms are usually on the second floor, right? And we have our 2-car garages or more. In the south, no basements because we're sand. We're on sand. So like
we have a sump pump in my basement's a full basement, but
you're the only person I know in the south that has a basement.
My house was built in
Kara, do you have a basement? Sarah, do you have a basement?
No, she didn't have a basement.
Why do you have a basement?
Would you let me tell you? My house was built in 1940.
Is it for the llamas? Remember, she has llamas that live down the street from her.
Was built in 1946, and the basement was built as a bomb shelter.
A bomb shelter for reals?
So I'm not the only one. The people 2 doors down from me, they have a basement as well. And their house was built same year as ours. Or around then. I don't know exact same year, but same time as ours. There's, I don't know, a handful of houses in Farmville that have basements, but there's not many. But they can never be finished. I mean, there's a little ditch around the whole perimeter of the basement.
Moat?
Yeah, kind of.
Moat. It's a castle.
Well, it's where the groundwater comes in, and all the water flows down to one corner, dumps in the sump pump, and the sump pump carries the water out to the sewer. Well, when the power goes out, the sump pump goes out. When the sump pump goes out, the basement floods. So my basement has like my HVAC's down there, my hot water heater, my electrical panel. You don't want that to flood.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we have a basement.
They're like I remember being like, "What do you mean you don't have
I
these
know,
things?"
'cause my
And,
parents
my real estate agent's
lived in
like,
Virginia.
Heather, you could probably relate because you probably have crazy Northerners coming in asking for all these crazy things that we just don't have and stuff. And I just had to like suck it up and be like, okay, whatever, all right. Well, as you all know, we moved into the crack house. We had this discussion, right?
It's so funny. I've been meaning to tell David this. I can't believe I forgot him.
We live in the crack house because the house that we live in now was being lived in by some crack dealers who also were running an illegal foster care facility out of their home. And then they lost their money and they were really pissed when they got foreclosed on and they tore the house apart. And so the house was being sold at a very low price. And my husband saw the dollar signs and the savings and I ended up moving into the crack house.
But it's a very nice crack house.
And my agent,
to be fair.
My real estate agent's like, oh, it just needs a coat of paint and a little love. Just a year to shake the stink of foreclosure off of it. I'm like, well, all right. So we've gotten past that year and we're totally fine now. But
yeah, all the bad omens are gone.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's for sure. Okay, so you need to tell the story about David and
Oh my
Pen.
God.
She needs to tell the story.
I don't have a prop. I did, but
She didn't have problem.
I
Okay,
used
okay, improvise.
So
And let me just interject again. I moved on to the barbecue potato chips with this Shiraz. I think this is my favorite out of all of them. Truly and honestly. I know you're not a big red wine drinker, but
No.
the barbecue, yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think this is
thing?
my favorite. What's your favorite? Is anyone tasting along with us?
no.
It doesn't even have to be the same wines we're tasting, but like, is your favorite pairing you have this chip with something? All right, go. Story. This is a good one.
So my husband was digging in my purse to find a pen. He's on the phone. We're riding in the car. He's digging, pulls it out, puts it in his mouth, and he's like trying to, like pull the pen
The
out
cap off, right.
out of his mouth. He's got the cap in his mouth. He's trying to pull the pen out. And he looks down and realizes it's a tampon. And he's like,
She had like a tampon in her purse. It didn't have
but
plastic
the
wrap
plastic
on
would
it.
come off of it.
So he had like a tampon in his mouth thinking it was a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, right?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I almost peed my pants when she told me that today.
Yeah.
I was like, that's something you need to share.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. Especially my husband, like, oh God, he's,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Men are so afraid of the girly stuff, aren't they?
I mean, even now, my God, we've been
Like,
doing
you
it
know what?
forever. And I'm
You've
like,
seen me straddled, like, giving birth.
I'm like, you watched a child crawl out of me. But if I'm like, where's your keys? They're in my purse. He'll go and bring it to me on the couch. Like, honey, just look.
There's not.
What
There are
do
no
you think
snakes
is
in my
gonna
purse.
jump out of you? Yeah.
No tarantulas in the purse. I don't have any hypodermic needles in the purse.
Yeah, nothing's gonna hurt you. But
All right, you need to try. Try.
I'm gonna leave it to you.
She's not a red wine drinker. And you know what? Credit to her. She needs to drive back to Farmville. Not Farmville.
Farmville.
Which is a good 20 minutes.
Bomb.
Farmville.
Bomb.
Which is good 20
Bomb.
minutes,
No, yeah, 20,
Or
30
more.
from here, yeah.
Yeah. Or more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not
It's
like...
highway and it's night, so I can...
And all of the... I'm flipping my hair. All of the college students that are in town are on
Heather?
spring break, baby.
I did it.
She did. She put her hair in a ponytail.
No, I cut it.
I didn't even notice. I feel like such a bad friend that I didn't notice. We're supposed to notice these things about people.
No, because I came home with... I came home with it in a ponytail. I showed up here with it in a ponytail, yeah. No, because I told Heather, I was like, I think I'm going to do something drastic. I think I'm going to cut my hair really short, whatever. I just did it.
I tell you my story about my,
really
my
short.
hair.
What?
Okay, when I was like...
Because mine was like your length.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until she just said it. When I was little, I was like, in kindergarten or whatever, I had super long hair and I couldn't stand it. And my best friend, Amy Stone, I still remember her name to this day.
Amy Stone.
Amy Stone had short hair. And I said, I want short hair like that. So I woke up one morning and I went down into my dad's office, which is in a home office. I took all my hair in a big ponytail
Oh,
like this.
no.
Scissor like this, and I cut all of my hair
Oh,
off. I
no.
had hair down to probably my mid back.
Wanting to be Amy
And
Stone.
I put it in my dad's garbage bag, or garbage can in his office. And I walked upstairs, thinking no one's
No one will
notice
notice.
that I have a foot less hair than I did 5 minutes ago, right? And my mom, in true fashion, was not empathetic at all.
Oh, no, she was pissed.
She was pissed.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she says,
Do you know how long it took to grow that
no,
hair?
she looked at me and she said, you look horrible. You are wretched and you are ugly. And I want you to go to school and have all of your friends make fun of you. And I hope that they all laugh at you because this is ridiculous.
No.
And I was like, okay. And I hopped on the bus. And you're in kindergarten. Nobody noticed. Like, I could have had, like, a third eye and purple hair and nobody would notice in kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
In kindergarten, nobody cares and nobody notices. And so I'm like, do, and nobody cared. And I got home from kindergarten that day, and my mom had a hairstylist waiting for me in my kitchen to fix my hair. And ever since, my mom will say to me to this day, she'll say, honey, don't ever cut your hair because your hair is the only thing you have. Like, your hair is your only. She's actually said that to me. Your hair is all that you have.
Oh my God!
Like that's your only redeeming, beautiful feature. Your
What?
hair is all you have. I know, and like if she was looking at me right now, I think that she would probably say something different.
Oh my God!
Yes, and so
Look, that dog.
that's my
She
dog.
is.
So here I am, Stella. Enough. So here I am, 40 something, and I'm terrified to get my hair cut, even
I
trimmed,
would be too.
because I have got baggage.
I mean, yeah, I would too.
Okay, so I'm one of those moms that has a shock collar on her dog because she's training and she's a puppy, and I'm gonna shock her really quick, and then we're gonna have one more story and one more sip. Okay, go. Do you have a story? Do you have a story?
Not really.
I got a story.
Oh, Susan's got a story.
Okay, so today,
Story time with Susan.
like I said, I took my kids to McDonald's today after their half days of school, and I thought, okay, how bad could it be? It's McDonald's, right? Every kid's happy at McDonald's. Everything's beautiful at McDonald's. It's kind of like, you got Disney World and you got McDonald's. Those are like your happy places, right? So, took my kids to McDonald's, and they got a little mini play place there. So the kids are playing, and kind of bribed them and said, if you're good, then we'll get you a did you know that you can buy? I just said, sorry, you can buy Happy Meal toys. Did I tell you that already?
No.
You don't have to buy Happy Meal, moms. You could just buy the toy. It's like $1.25 or something like
I
that.
didn't know
So, like,
that.
if your kids are jonesing for a Happy Meal because they just want the toy, you can just buy the toy.
I didn't know.
So, yeah, so I'm taking my kids to the McDonald's, and I was like, you have to eat fish sandwiches because it's Lent and it's Friday and you're Catholic, so they had to eat. They split a fish sandwich and French fries or whatever, and they're playing in the play place. And at one point, I look over, and my daughter has taken off her pants in the play place.
Oh my God!
So she's running around in the play place with no pants on. And she's got no shoes on, and she's got no socks on, but she's more important, she has no pants on. I'm like, put your pants on, you know, and like there's all these older people, because at this hour of the day, like, you know, everyone's like,
Out for their coffees.
older for their free coffees, their senior coffees. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm walking around going, I guess pants are optional at the McDonald's.
Yep, today.
So my daughter's pantless in the you know, McDonald's play place, and then at some point she stops and she goes, I gotta go pee pee, and she goes running off. I'm like, okay, maybe that's why she was pantless. So, but kudos to her. She's potty training, and she went to go to the bathroom, and we're all happy, right? And so then she starts. How do I say this? So she starts like grabbing for other people's stuff. So this particular grandmother was like, she was quick enough to be able to like take the milkshake away so that Zana couldn't reach it. We're just about ready to leave after we had our Shamrock Shakes. Now you guys the Southerners have not had Shamrock Shakes until recently. The Northerners, we've had them for ages. That was like something that me and my mom would do. We didn't have McDonald's in our town, so we would have.
I don't even know what a Shamrock Shake is.
I just like Shamrock Shake. Okay, so we would go. Around March, they would have, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, they would have Shamrock Shakes. And they're mint and they're green and they're milkshakes that McDonald's would have, right? And so my mom would drive me like 2 towns over after ballet class, and she would let me have a Shamrock Shake every spring, you know, because they only came out, you know, in around St. Patrick's Day. And that was my big treat for my big like excursion with my mom, and it was so special, and so I wanted to have that for my kids. And when I came to the South, I was like, okay, let's go get a Shamrock Shakes. And people were like, what are you talking about? And they finally came here a couple of years ago, and people were like, oh, this is what you've been talking about. I'm like, yes, you have not lived until you've had a Shamrock Shake. So I got Shamrock Shakes for my kids, right? And we're, you know, after she's been pantless and eating her filet of fish sandwich, which is really so not healthy for you. And she has now sucking down her Shamrock Shake. she goes over to like this older couple. I mean, older like grandpa and grandma.
They're drinking their free senior.
And she goes to their table and she grabs the bun off of his burger, crawls under the table and starts eating the bun off of. I'm like,
oh my God, you're kidding me.
no. And she's done last weekend when we went to McDonald's. There was this family of like 4 kids that were sitting at a table and they all had chocolate chip cookies, which were like $1.25 a chocolate chip cookie. And she's touched every cookie and like took bites out of the cookies to the point where I had to buy this family a whole like dozen freaking chocolate chips because my daughter soiled every one of them with her grubby little hands. And then she started throwing chicken nuggets at people. That was last weekend. So I was like, oh my gosh, this older couple.
Did you not snatch her up?
I was like ready to like give her a, oh, you know what? But like today I was like, this older couple is not going to be really patient with the fact that this girl literally walked up into their seats, took the bun off the top of their burger, and started eating it under the table. Yeah, I know. Blair, okay, so
I'm Blair.
I know she's like, so I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Right? So I looked at the guy and I'm like, okay, this already $8 luncheon for my family. I'm like, sir, I'm so sorry. Can I buy you another sandwich? And he's like, no, that's fine. I was kind of done with it already. Or anyways, I think he was trying to be really kind to me because he literally had half of the sandwich left. But he's like, no, don't worry. And then his wife, walked over. I'm like, I looked at her and said, do you have kids? And she goes, well, I've had kids and now I've got grandkids. I'm like, okay, so you get it. She's like, totally, honey. She's like, don't worry about it. She's like,
that
you know
was
what?
nice.
Hang in there. It really sucks right now, doesn't it? And you know what? It doesn't get easier. Right now, they're just unruly, and then they're going to hate you. And, so she's like, it's just going to get hard. She goes, you think it's hard now? It's just going to continue to get harder, and just hang in there, and it's totally okay. I said, you know what? I feel like I'm exhausted. I feel like I wake up every day, and I'm a failure. Like, I feel like I fail. I'm a mom fail every day. She's like, you know what? We all were. Even back in the 50s when we were having our kids, we acted like everything was perfect and that we loved being moms. We didn't love being moms, and we weren't perfect, and we failed every day. It's just like, that's just part of being mom.
Except we didn't have Facebook and Instagram to make you feel worse or better or whatever. Yeah.
No, right. So, so I was like, okay. That was like a
really
beautiful moment at the McDonald's after my child was pantless and eating somebody else's sandwich while she's sucking down a Shamrock Shake.
These are but you've got to write these down or document them in some capacity.
I almost took pictures of this couple because I was like,
they're angels.
Beautiful. You're beautiful. Like, thank you for being so patient because you certainly didn't have to.
No, but
my daughter completely
told when she graduates high school and college and gets married. And
hopefully Facebook will be here with us.
What if it's not?
I know. Is it going to turn into a MySpace?
Right. What happens? I think we'll be the people that are still on MySpace. We'll be those. We'll still be on Facebook.
Everybody's on Facebook. My 87-year-old dead father is on Facebook right now.
I said that the other day.
God bless you, Father. Well, I think that we have exhausted our Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
But we will salute you and our potato chips. I think the pairings were great. Okay, if you had to pair, what was your favorite with the champagne? Of all the chips that you tasted, which was your favorite? Was it the Cheetos?
Yeah.
She was big on the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos with the champagne. I honestly, and I'm not, I love red. I like wine, all kinds. Red is, I'm a white wine drinker by preference, but I think the red and the barbecue are my favorite. I know. And so y'all moms that are out there, you made it through another week. Congratulations. Chin chin. You made it through another week, and you know what?
Where is my child?
She's with the babysitter.
Gentry Lawson.
And you made it through another week, and God bless you. And you know what? Tomorrow will be another day for us to be failures. Yay! But that's okay because you know what? That's just part of being mom.
Jen's birthday party tomorrow.
Her daughter's turning 6.
And Heather, oh dear Heather.
She
loves me so much.
She's having a birthday party at a hotel, like a sleepover.
To spend the night with me and 12 little...
Are they all staying the night?
Yeah. Well, one is not. It's going to be 11.
They're 6. I thought I was superhuman mom for having 20 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We're not going to be in a room. I got the presidential suite. But, I mean, we're not going to be in a hotel room. It's it's
a gorgeous suite. And they've got a pool, and you can room service, and you can popcorn, and you can watch movies. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
It'd be great, but at that age, I don't remember when was it? How old were you when you had your first sleepover?
Oh, I don't
I
know.
don't know, yeah.
Maybe around this age. But I get to go home on Sunday, and my house will be clean. And I've had a slumber party for my daughter.
Who's cleaning the house, David?
No, my point is, I'm spending the night at the hotel Saturday night.
Mm.
So on
So there
Sunday,
won't be kids tearing up your house.
yes, I will have a birthday party with a slumber party. However, my home will still be clean.
There
So
is
it's a win-win. I mean, it's just
complete
no
legitimacy to
brainer.
that. I know. Well, you know what? I will salute you for hosting 12 kids, 12 girls.
And
12
Heather,
girls and Heather and hotel. I would join you
Heather.
if I had like
I
someone to watch
know.
my daughter this weekend, but no.
yeah, I know it's kind of late for her. She could come though.
She could.
Yeah,
We could come for a while.
yeah,
And
for
then,
sure.
and then bail.
Yeah,
I'll
or as
go
late
with
as she can stay up. Yeah, for sure.
I might be able to do that. I know. Will there be wine there?
The kid, but we're gonna conceal it. Yeti glass cups.
Did you see the cup I had last week? Was the week before? It was a coffee mug, and it said like may contain alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
This is probably champagne or whatever.
Not
Just
coffee.
because there's some parents that may not be cool with that. But what they don't know is they would much rather me have had a couple drinks and be around their child
much more
than
tolerable
not.
at that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be a much nicer person.
We're much better moms. To moms.
Cheers to that.
To big mom fails.
Always.
To potato chips and wine. Y'all have a fabulous weekend, moms. Again, you survived the week. So proud
Thank
of you.
God.
Continue your mom fails because it's just a part of the journey. We love you much, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.